will briefly go through our setup here at LMS. So we have two infrastructures, the LMS VR and the LMS Holo. The LMS VR consists of a cave system that is consisted of three large projection screens supported by three high-spec Barco projectors. The motion tracking is done through optical tracking by four Vicon cameras, and it's capturing 240 frames per second. We also have two head-mounted displays, the one from NVIS and the other from Virtual Research FS5. Using this system, the motion is tracked by magnetic tracking with active sensors giving a position accuracy of 0.76 millimeters with 4 milliseconds delay. We also have two immersion cybergloves for finger tracking. The other infrastructure is LMS Holo. We have a holographic display, Eon Eye Crystal, that allows the 3D visualization of virtual objects using a 50-inch LCD high-definition projection screen. And the holographic image is visible from a wide field of view. We also have a head-mounted AR display. The AR glasses are from Vuzix, the Star 1200 XL. This is an optical see-through device that allows for augmented reality applications. The whole platform is supported from several workstations that are here in the facility with Xeon processors and NVIDIA Quadro graphic cards. And all our hardware is supported by mainly these programs. It's a 3DVI build tools we use for years for development of 3D environments. The Quest 3D, the Eon Studio 8 that is used with a holographic display, and for design purposes we use Delmia and CATIA from the Dassault Systèmes. So the TNA that we had is number 187. It's called using human task analysis method for immersive validation. HTA to VR is the short representation. We had here Professor Neville Stanton from the University of Southampton. He's a human task analysis expert. He's doing research on task analysis for many years. And we used his main method, the HTA, where all of his other methods are based. So the objective of this TNA was to set up and build a tool that can interactively generate the HTA outputs while the user is performing various manufacturing tasks within an immersive environment. The development included an immersive environment for simulating manufacturing tasks, in our case it was a product assembly, while implementing a semi-automatic technique for performing HTA analysis on the immersed user. So we try to do an analysis as the user performs a task in the VR environment. And the output of the TNA is an immersive environment that analyzes mechanical tasks as the user performs them. It stores the required data, and after the task is completed, it produces a task analysis tree. Our setup, we used Virtuals for the simulation and assembly of car differential, and we built there a task monitoring algorithm by using scripting. And for the part of human task, hierarchical task support, we used the HTA tool by the University of Southampton that is used to assist the HTA expert to do the analysis by not doing it by pen and paper, but doing it on a computer. For visualization, we used Arcade. We had a 3D projection. And for tracking, we used our optical tracking, the three Bonita 3 cameras by Vicon, the 4 cameras by Vicon, using optical reflectors for head and 2 hands. We use the virtual camera inside the virtual environment to follow the head movements. and two virtual spheres, a red one and a green one, to simulate the hands. We didn't use virtual hands because, as you will see in the video later, we use rotation of the objects, and it would be highly unrealistic to have two hands going around and rotating in an unrealistic way. So the preparation was done from 28th of July to 8th of August, and we had two tasks there. We had the design of virtual environment and the preparation of data and the scenario and the development tools. And the actual TNA took place from 11th of August to 15th of August, where the HTA methods analysis was done and the manual extraction for the scenario of the assembly, and the development of the virtual environment and the semi-auto algorithm was developed. So, to describe the human task analysis a bit, the human task analysis operation are human-based, and they are done by the human task analysis expert mainly. As a user performs a task, the human task analysis expert monitors his actions, and by engaging his experience, as you can see here, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization. I mean, he makes conclusions from the user's actions, and active experimentation. As it's visible, these tasks cannot be done by a computer easily because they engage the human factor, the human sense, knowledge, and experience, things that are not easily simulated. And our goal was to do it, to have the computer do it for the human, or help the human. So how the human does it? He does it the following way. He does it high to low level. He starts from determining the goal of the task. In our case, the goal was to assemble a differential. He determines the goals or tasks that have to be done. For example, place each part to its place, and then determining the sub-goals that need to be done in order to complete each goal and task. And you repeat the same procedure until the task ends. Here you can see a video of the assembly task in the visual environment. The steps are, we grasp the pinion and we fit it into case, we fit the engine axle mount, we fit the flange on the crown wheel, we fit the crown wheel and flange system in the case, then we fit the drive axle mount, we fit the cap, and we screw the cap using bolts. This is the sequential description of the task, as someone would explain to someone else. And after the video, you will see the HTA tree that was derived by the expert manually, the first part of the DNA. So I'm skipping ahead on the board screen. So here is the tree. So as the operator does the task that you saw before, the expert monitors him, and you have to pause and wait for the expert to document what you are doing at the current time, decide what you will do next, and decide how he will model the task and subtasks and complete the tree. So you pause its task, continue, and the expert monitors your actions. So our goal was to have the system create this tree by not engaging the expert at all. So our approach is a reverse approach to the first one. It's low to high level. So the system monitors the operator's actions. We use collision detection from our 3D engine, from Virtuals, and we extract the sub-goals by engaging the SIMGRAPH hierarchy. We have a strict hierarchy set up so that we can understand at what level of the tree is its action. So we start from the sub-goals, from the lowest level, and as the user goes through a task, we determine what the goal was from those sub-goals. So we use some predefined verbs based on the operator's actions. For example, if the operator picks up something, we have the verb grasp. If he places something in the case, we have the verb fit. So the verbs are used to link 3D objects and create phrases. For example, if the object was the pinion and it was placed in the case, we have a complete sentence that says that the user placed the pinion in the case. And the phrases are used to describe its sub-goal. Then we try to derive the goals by engaging and combining the 3D objects and verbs of the sub-goals. So if we have a grasp of an object, we move to the case table and we fit it into the case. The system combines those data that the user used fit, that the user used grasp and put, and derives the verb attach. So the goal was to attach the pinion into the case in this task. And we have two ways to decide the overall objective, the one that defines the whole procedure. The one is by using the information from the goal phrases, as we did for the goals before, and the other is by predefining it. And that's why our method is called semi-auto and not fully auto. So what we did was we developed a virtual machine shop room. It's the one that you saw in the video, where an assembly workbench and the parts workbench are put in separate places, and the user plays the role of the assembler. As you can see, the first figure, it's an immersive environment inside the cave. The user holds the tracker in his hand and wears glasses that have a tracker, and this way he does the assembly. The background algorithm derives the tree as the user does the tasks, and it's also possible for the expert to monitor the whole procedure and give advice or correct any errors that might occur. The result is, as you see here, is the auto extraction of the HTA tree, the hierarchical task analysis tree, in the form of an array at this state. So you can see that the final, in the final we have here the ID of each task and the ID of each sub-goal. The highest level that we go at this task is the third level. Here we have 3.1 and 3.1.1, 0.1.2 and so on. But it can work for more levels as well. I mean, the HTA3 can have unlimited levels. And so this is what we did mainly. This is the result of our work. And what we delivered gives the ability to conduct user tests for different users and extract different possible HTA trees and have them compared and decide which user did the task better. We can make the work of human factor expert easier as it automates the procedure and eliminates the need of presence in every session. For example, if many tests have to be done for a task, the human factor expert is a little hard to monitor every task. So by using the tool, he can only look for errors and let's say have an easier job to do. And to use the results and conclusions from these tests in order to better select or design interaction methods for use cases related to the VR implementations of manufacturing processes. So this was it from my part. Thank you.